The potential for record-breaking heat pretty close at hand. More about that in just a moment.
The government shutdown entering day 3 this morning. Congress will vote again today to try to reopen the government. We'll have the latest on that. And Quick Trip dealing with a penny shortage. Up next, how it could affect your next trip. Walmart making some changes to its store brand food and how it's made. I'll tell you about the latest ingredient changes. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Friday, October 3rd, just about 6 a.m., we've made it to Friday. We'll check in now with meteorologist Art Jarrett tracking this heat. Yesterday afternoon was so hot. I was out there with my son just sweating it out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And more of that is coming, isn't it?
Yes. Sorry, young man. We'll get back into it here. You hold on to La Crosse picked up about a hundredth, 300th of an inch of rainfall in the forecast. You see the wet roadways right there, and also Eau Claire still dry out there for you. We get into what Alexandra was just talking about with the heat on the way. We have possible record-breaking warmth coming into the forecast today, and of course we'll see that going into tomorrow definitely, and then possibly still holding on to some 80s going into Sunday. Here's a look at how this all shapes up. Possibly up to 89 degrees for our high today. The record's back in a 91 degree temperature back in 1997. Doesn't look like we may touch that, but we'll see. It may come close. Similar to Eau Claire as well. We'll also hold on to drier air coming in and settling in as we go into this morning and into the afternoon, where we're going to be seeing temperatures bumping up into the 80s quickly as we roll right into your noon hour for your lunchtime, and then continue on with the heat. Eau Claire will follow suit as well. Temperatures will continue to boost up as we get into Saturday. We'll see temperatures in the upper 80s once again, and then lower 80s on Sunday, with much cooler conditions coming in for next week.
Thank you, Art. La Crosse's Finance Committee voted against the mayor's plan to create a new operations director. The committee voting 4-2 last night not to recommend that role, which would pay up to $180,000 a year. Committee members say the plan isn't well thought out enough and the city should be cutting positions, not adding them. The full city council will vote on the proposal next Thursday. If you pay cash at Quick Trip, you may have noticed your change is a little different lately. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with why pennies are disappearing. Seth.
Yeah, Alexandra, Quick Trip is changing how it handles cash purchases because of a national penny shortage. Now, the federal government stopped making pennies because it costs more than 3 cents to produce each 1-cent coin. Now, Quick Trip is running out of pennies, so they're rounding down cash transactions to the nearest nickel.
So going forward, when someone pays with cash, if it comes to $7.32, we'll round down, $7.30. If it comes to $7.38, we'll round down to $7.35. In essence, the closest nickel.
Quick Trip officials say credit and debit card payments will not be affected. And the policy will stay in place until Congress addresses that penny shortage. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, that's one way to get a discount, I guess. Thank you, Seth. Turning now to the other big story of the day, the shutdown showdown, now into day 3 of the federal government shutdown, and there is no end in sight. Today, the Senate will take up competing GOP and Democrat spending bills to try to reopen the government. That'll all go down at the U.S. Capitol. That's where we're taking a live look of right now. The president says he met with the director of the Office of Management and Budget amid sharpening threats of mass layoffs and more program cuts. CBS News' Tina Kraus reports.
Today, the U.S. Senate is set to hold another round of votes, now 3 days into a shutdown stalemate. Republicans insist the only way forward is to pass the House's short-term spending bill.
If we can just find a few more Democrats to join us, we can end this shutdown.
But Democrats won't drop their demands that the bill include federal health care subsidies and protections for Medicaid.
We are ready, we are willing, we are able to sit down with anyone, anytime, any place.
The White House is also not budging.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open.
Yesterday, President Trump met with his administration's budget chief, Russ Vought, as he threatens to slash federal jobs and programs.
There could be firings, and that's their fault. We could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut.
In Washington, D.C. and around the country, plans are underway to cope with the shutdown's impact on federal workers.
It will affect, like, say, the next paycheck if we don't get the check. But if they settle it by the 15th, then it'll be okay.
Food banks around the nation, already hit hard with fewer donations, are bracing for even more strain.
We're prepared that there may be an influx of individuals seeking food assistance.
And while thousands of national parks workers are now furloughed, many parks are still open with limited staffing, offering a bright spot for tourists. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
If votes in the Senate fail again today, the shutdown is likely to last through the weekend, with House lawmakers returning next week. A mobile home park fire in Shelby is being investigated as arson. That word from the La Crosse County Sheriff yesterday. That fire happened at the Brookview Mobile Home Park Wednesday. 3 homes were destroyed or damaged. Nobody was hurt. A deadly wreck on the south side of La Crosse yesterday. It happened on Highway 14 near the intersection of 33rd Street. Police say a motorcycle sideswiped a truck with a boat trailer. The motorcyclist died at the hospital. The accident is still under investigation. In a News 8 follow-up, La Crosse police arrested a 19-year-old for attempted homicide after a shooting Wednesday night. Benjamin Schneider of Onalaska is accused of shooting someone in the 1500 block of 10th Street South. The victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Schneider turned himself in. The police have not released a motive. The suspect in a Jackson County manhunt is now in custody. Police say they arrested Austin Juricic Wednesday night after he evaded authorities for nearly 24 hours. Juricic faces felony charges, including bail jumping. Wisconsin patients who need medical marijuana still have to leave the state to get it, but a new bill aims to change that. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has more on the bipartisan push.
Jessica Struzek has dealt with a painful skin condition for most of her life, and living in Wisconsin prevented her from legally using the medication of her choice.
If I wanted to use cannabis to medicate myself for pain or stress or anything, I couldn't do that legally, safely. There's always this fear hanging over your head.
In 2014, she moved to Michigan so she could access medical marijuana.
It definitely helps me with so much of the pain, the fear, the anxiety, the stress that I was experiencing.
A new GOP proposal would legalize medical marijuana in the state. Senator Patrick Testin is one of the 3 Republicans behind the legislation.
I think it's in line with legislation that has been enacted both at the state level and the federal level for things like right to try for individuals who are terminally ill to use experimental drugs and treatments to help alleviate some of their pain.
The bill would require patients to have a doctor's diagnosis for a qualifying medical condition. Patients would also need to register with the new Office of Medical Cannabis Regulation.
Those are some of the primary guardrails that we have put in place to ensure that this is tightly crafted, tightly regulated, but still providing that flexibility and opportunity for patients to go out there and choose a cannabis product or program that works best for them.
Similar bills have been proposed before, but haven't made it far. Testin says this legislation addresses some of those previous concerns, like allowing for private industry instead of using state-run dispensaries.
We want to allow for private industry to come into the state while having it still highly regulated to ensure there are consumer protections put in place, that all cannabis products and plants are tested by third-party laboratories.
For Struzek, who still has family living in Wisconsin, legalization would mean being able to spend time with her parents without having to choose between chronic pain or breaking the law.
I'm a really normal person who works really, really hard, and I just want to use a plant as my medicine.
That was Allison Fergut reporting. Although medical marijuana has gained bipartisan support over the years, Testin says they'll face some hurdles to get it passed. Winter is coming, and Governor Tony Evers toured a program helping families afford to heat their homes. He visited Western Dairyland's weatherization warehouse in Pigeon Falls. The program helps low-income families cut heating costs by improving insulation and sealing drafts.
I'm just really proud of the work they do, and they just do it because they love it, and they get good responses from the people they're helping.
The visit comes as Wisconsin eliminates sales tax on home electricity and natural gas, part of the state's new budget. WisDOT outlined safety improvements planned for Highway 16 through 2050. The public meeting at the Nature Place covered traffic and safety upgrades along with corridor, with the residents and local leaders in attendance.
We're looking to address operations needs, safety needs, as well as infrastructure needs along the corridor. So tonight we're focused on pointing out what the needs that we've identified are on the corridor, getting feedback from the public if they have additional needs that they're seeing. And then we also have concepts to present for ways that we think those needs could be addressed.
Attendees saw displays of plans for future projects. Second graders at State Road Elementary got a civics lesson from La Crosse's mayor. Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey visited the class, learning about elections and community involvement. The students asked the mayor questions about his job and how local government works.
It's important for them to hear from individuals firsthand, like the mayor or any other elected official, so they can understand and engage in the process earlier, because we're also inspired. Right now, I've had this conversation with them and I'll talk about what the mayor do. Now, one of these second graders might grow up and say, I want to be the mayor too, right? Or I want to be some elected official too, to make sure that I'm having an impact on my community.
Questions ranged from what a mayor does to his favorite restaurants. Dozens of people biked through La Crosse yesterday as part of Week Without Driving. The 5-mile ride started at City Hall and highlighted what it's like to get around without a car. Organizers say about 40% of La Crosse residents don't drive, and the ride shows gaps in local biking infrastructure.
I'm looking forward to being able to talk to the elected officials who are here about what changes we might make to make things more accessible.
Representatives from Senator Tammy Baldwin and Representative Derek Van Orden's office were also there. A new $75,000 grant will help low-income kids access YMCA programs. The La Crosse Area Y received that money from Great Rivers United Way and the Otto Bremer Trust. It'll fund subsidized memberships, food programs, and mental health services for kids.
We are so appreciative of this support, which will allow us to continue to serve all of the kids in our community on their, health and wellness journeys.
The Y was one of 6 local nonprofits to receive a grant. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news, new research shows AI not coming for your job anytime soon. Walmart is overhauling its store brand food lineup, and Elon Musk just got even richer thanks to surging Tesla sales. And restaurant prices keep going up. Now nearly half of adults are ordering off the kids menu. We'll show you new dining trends and ways to save some money. And before we go to break, something to put the good in your morning. Some Chicago 5th graders are heading to Rome to meet Pope Leo XIV. Last May, the kids held a mock conclave, complete with cardinal costumes, white smoke, and electing their own little pope. Next week, they'll attend a general audience with the real pope in St. Peter's Square. As you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with a view of the Bardstown Courthouse in Kentucky. You see it's lit up pink this morning. A nice sky in the background, too. This is, of course, the bourbon capital of the world. Stay with us. Your consumer news is next.
Right now at Home Furniture, it's the Preferred Customer Event. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. Find savings throughout the showroom like this leather sofa, now just $12.69. Hurry in, the Preferred Customer Event ends Monday at Home Furniture.
It's Hy-Vee's 3-day meat sale this Friday through Sunday. Get our special recipe brats, 8 for $10. Fresh ground beef, just $3.98 for a 1-pound roll. Tyson chicken breasts or wings, just $2.79 a pound. Pork shoulder roast, just $1.88 a pound. 8-ounce pork chops, 3 for $5. Plus, get even more great deals. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Great, right?
I love it.
Get that Wi-Fi going. I light the fire. You got it?
All right. You can go fast.
Go down.
Is a very, very, very fine house. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
It's Spectrum Fiber powered internet, the most reliable internet you can count on. It's only everything.
Our father started this business in 1992, so we've been helping people hear and understand better for 32 years.
You're calling a local number and having a local person answer. We do online scheduling, so you can always visit our website at your convenience.
We do a full hearing evaluation here. We do the delivery of the hearing aids. We do the maintenance, the cleanings, the repair work. So everything's done here in our office. You don't have to go somewhere else. We like helping people hear better. It's rewarding.
Better Hearing Center next to St. Pat's Church.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
After high school, I joined Eagle Crest Communities. I did not know what I wanted to do for a career, and I really found a passion for working with our senior population. They care about me just as much as I care about them. Being able to be a part of their day is a really special thing for me, and it's given me a purpose in life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
Get a sleep like no other on a handmade mattress from Heirloom at Home Sleep Express. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Well, good morning to you. We had a little bit of a light soaking this early morning, dropping some rainfall down on the ground. You can see some wet roadways out there. We haven't seen that in quite some time. And that's helpful. Why? Because we're going to see those winds kick up later on, and it was going to blow a lot of dust and debris around like it did earlier this morning. So the thing is now, this is going to help us out. It'll put a little bit extra humidity in the ground, though, as that all begins to break away. But it'll also help us keep the dust from flowing around as we get into drier conditions today. Holding on to conditions as we get into the 10 o'clock hour, 70s come back in. Just before the noon hour, we're already in the 80s, and then back again as we get into the afternoon, upper 80s in the forecast to near 90-degree heat for La Crosse. Yeah, that's possible record-breaking numbers. We may fall short of maybe a degree or two, but for now, other locations could do the same, though. Similar conditions and break records. We'll also hold on to Eau Claire with partly cloudy skies, giving way to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures reaching the 80s just before the noon hour. Going into the afternoon, we'll see a more middle to upper 80s in the forecast. Mostly sunny skies, of course, potential for record-breaking conditions in Eau Claire. Highs for Friday, we've got 82 in Medford, but 89 in La Crosse, 89 in Prairie du Chien, Boswell, 89 degrees. Eau Claire, 87 degrees. We're holding on to near 80-degree heat. That can continue to move in. Record-breaking temperatures for La Crosse and Eau Claire. Well, we may be, as I mentioned, a degree or two shy, but once we get into tomorrow, we could tie a record for La Crosse. We could beat a record for Eau Claire back in 1897 of 86 degrees. We'll hit 87 degrees today. You can see it, tomorrow for Eau Claire. You see that right there. La Crosse at 88 degrees. Everybody else upper 80s to near 90-degree heat and breezy and gusty winds in the forecast. As you can see, these winds will kick up all the way up to 32 miles per hour plus as we get into Sunday as well. Back to you.
In our consumer news, a new study finds ChatGPT isn't coming for your job quite yet. Yale researchers found no major disruption in the job market since the chatbot launched in 2022. But many companies say AI will change how they do business in the future. Walmart is removing synthetic dyes and artificial ingredients from its store brand foods. The company is cutting more than 30 ingredients, including preservatives and artificial sweeteners. Products like cheese dips, sports drinks, and cake frostings will be affected. Walmart says prices will stay the same. The changes will be complete by January 2027. Tesla sold nearly 500,000 vehicles worldwide in the third quarter, a 29% jump from the previous quarter. American buyers rushed to buy Teslas before a $7,500 federal tax credit expired this week. The strong sales pushed Tesla stock up 2% Thursday and helped CEO Elon Musk become the first person to hit $500 billion in net worth. Americans are making some bold choices when it comes to dining out. CBS's Nick Zicevich takes a look at new trends and why kids' meals are making adults happy.
If there's one thing diners are noticing, it's right there on the bill.
It seems inevitable. The prices seem to go up with everything.
The latest consumer price index shows food away from home rose 3.9% year over year, and full-service restaurant price increases far outpaced overall inflation.
Eating out is expensive. We all know that.
Many customers are downsizing. A new survey of 1,000 diners in the U.S. found almost half of adults, 44%, are ordering off the kids menu.
Of course, yeah. I love when they have a kids meal option.
Why do you do it?
Oh, because I feel like sometimes that's all I want.
Dining right now is definitely about value.
Adoniram Sides is Senior Vice President of Hospitality at Lightspeed Commerce, which provides payment systems to the hospitality industry. He says taking advantage of that kids menu is part of a broader trend in changing dining habits, including nearly 1/3 of customers walking out over long waits, and 40% saying rude service would keep them from returning.
There's this interesting dynamic of people expecting more in terms of the experience, but also, trying to balance out what they are willing to spend money on and what they're choosing to eat.
And despite some tipping fatigue, most people still recognize the value of good service.
I have a lot of friends in the service industry, so I know what it's like and what their wages are, so I try to be respectable about that.
One trend on the rise, solo dining, with 55% eating alone by choice. Nick Zechevich, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Top activities to occupy that alone time at the table include Instagram scrolling and people watching. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett now. He is tracking our forecast now that we're all starving.
Alexander, I could never do it. I was like eating out. It's like they're watching me. They're watching me. Oh, I got mustard on my mouth. Oh no. We get into drier conditions in charge as we go into it from the Gulf of Mexico, holding on to warmer conditions. So dry, and that's still working all the way up with a huge ridge of high pressure building out all the way to the Ohio River Valley. And as that all begins to track gradually out to the east a bit, we're going to hold on to some conditions to be like this. We had a cold front first. That brought us a little rainfall this early morning. And then now we're going to get some warmer air working all the way back into Canada as well. We'll get into this. Temperatures like this today, holding on to upper 80s in the forecast. Hey, you see a little bit of light rainfall there. That's kicking up right now, or was, and continues to move out of the region. We'll also see similar conditions down to the south. 89 degrees, near 90-degree heat in the forecast. Taking it back to the zones in the central and west central portions here, La Crosse, 89 degrees. Osseo, about 86 degrees there. We'll hold on to the middle portion as well as the eastern portion. More sunshine on the way, but a few clouds, holding on to a little bit of cloud cover shower activity for the morning and then getting out of the way as we get drier. We'll see similar conditions up to the north as well. Eau Claire and Ladysmith holding on to at least some 87-degree heat down to 83, so it gets cooler up to the north. We still have the heat still holding on down to the south with more sunshine on the way. You notice there's no rainfall there. In fact, as we get into it, we'll see potentially sunny skies for the better part of the day today going into tomorrow. We'll see similar conditions with breezy winds becoming windy as we go into Saturday and into Sunday for that matter. We'll also see Eau Claire holding on to conditions in the upper 80s today. Plenty of sunshine for you with a few high clouds drifting by. Highs for Friday, as you can see, we'll see the possibility of record-breaking numbers in the forecast. We'll be a degree or two shy of that happening for today for La Crosse and for Eau Claire. But tomorrow's a different story. We could tie for La Crosse. We could see that tying a record at 2008 back at 88 degrees. 86 degrees for Eau Claire for their record back in 1897. They should beat that by a degree as well. Highs for Saturday, you can see why that's all going to happen. Other locations, upper 80s, so I'm sure they're going to be breaking records too. Holding on to tomorrow, you can see plenty of sunshine and the heat kicks in. Breezy and gusty winds, as I mentioned before, taking you up to at least up to about 30 miles per hour plus in the forecast, and maybe a wee bit more, because when Sunday rolls in, we'll see these winds really top up even higher. We'll hold on to 33-degree winds, mile per hour winds up there as well. You're going to see that continue on as we go right into the evening hours. Sunday's highs with winds coming out of the south, 80s widespread to upper 70s to the north there. Breezy and gusty winds with nighttime rainfall coming in overnight for Sunday and Monday. You see the lows in the 50s. Once you get into your Monday's highs, yeah, we cool it down a bit. Upper 60s, of course, so some 70s in there, so it's much cooler. That'll go for a couple of days. Then eventually we'll see the temperatures continue to drop down on Wednesday, down to 64 degrees near seasonal. Mild conditions return for the end of the week.
All right, thank you, Art. Coming up, breast cancer in men is rare but often deadly because it's caught too late. We'll have the warning signs for you after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in the Blitz, MVC volleyballers looking to pick up a W, plus one of the best teams in their class in Minnesota. Also looking to keep things rolling as well.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell Whitewater Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses. Adjustable bases and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw down a rug to complete any room. Scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Freedom is the ability to choose the path that makes you happy.
When you need a truck to get you from the job site
to the campsite, Drive your story with a new Ram or a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Stop in now to get a brand new Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler. Whether it's for work or play, we've got the vehicle for you. We have a wide selection of every model. Nothing beats getting in the driver's seat. So stop in today. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
It's Hy-Vee's 3-day meat sale this Friday through Sunday. Get our special recipe brats, 8 for $10. Fresh ground beef, just $3.98 for a 1-pound roll. Tyson chicken breasts or wings, just $2.79 a pound. Pork shoulder roast, just $1.88 a pound. 8-ounce pork chops, 3 for $5. Plus, get even more great deals. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, my name is Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 48. Hard water causes scale buildup, dry skin, and stained laundry. If you see these signs, call us at 608-781-8088.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Friday Night Frenzy, tonight at 10.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, it is October 3rd, and the Holmen volleyball team has not lost a game yet still. The 6th-ranked team in Division I, blowing past their competition this year, Central, looking to hand the Vikes their first loss of the season last night. Let's take it to the first set at Holmen High. The home team would turn on the burners early. Senior Hadley Teff sends a heater to the hardwood for the kill. Moira Linz would be making plays up front next to Teff all night long. This would be one of them as she puts her squad up 3. Later in the set, Central not out of it yet. Ellie Gillitzer is going to find the soft spot and connect to cut the lead to 2. It was nothing the Vikings couldn't handle, though. Linz again this time painting the line, and the Vikings will keep their undefeated season alive, winning 3-0. Toma and Onalaska meeting in Hilltopper Country. Pick things up second set. Lauren Pica with the cross-court pass to Natalie Marceau, who swats it past the defense for the kill. Then Isabella Eckstein putting it on a platter, and Zoe Kuntz O'Kane says dinner is served. Later on, Kayla Kettlehut picks out a spot, places it down perfectly as she would get the ace. And then on set point, teamwork is going to make the dream work as both Isabella Malachek and Kendall Carson get a hand on the ball. Deny Toma. Onalaska takes this one 3-0, the final. And the number 6 team in Class A in Minnesota also in action last night. The Cougars dominating once again with some help from 8th grader Braylee Stortz, who brings down the hammer with some velocity. Then it would be Stortz again, set up by freshman Emma Hutchinson to win the second set 25-8. Home team looking for the sweep in the third set. It's the lower classmen making things happen again. This time, Haley Eichen gets the job done as the home team finishes this one 25-8 again to continue their hot streak. Abel Canton wins their 5th in a row, take this one 3-0. All right, that does it for the Blitz. Hope you'll join us for another edition of the Friday Night Frenzy later tonight.
Do your drains scare you? Bring them back to life with Maxwell White. Get a $99 mainline drain opening, including a camera inspection, and let our highly trained professionals banish the monsters that lurk in your pipes.
Call or schedule online.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're gonna find whatever you want, and you're gonna find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
Hey, Dominic here, and I'm back to show you how I personally make my Bloody Marys using our Please Name Bloody Mary mix. First, you'll take a pint glass full of ice, add a spoonful of Please Name Bloody Mary mix, a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce, a shot or 2 of vodka, and top it off with tomato juice. Want it spicier? Add more mix. Be sure to get your Please Name Bloody Mary mix and 39 other blends at the Please Name Outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Cheers! Worcestershire.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, where every piece of furniture is crafted with quality you can count on. And now, for a limited time, you can save big during our Made in America sale. Solid craftsmanship, timeless style, and the comfort of knowing your furniture is built right here in America. Plus, our trusted team of designers is here to help you put it all together. Shop now during the Made in America sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
This October, Maxwell White and the La Crosse Hunger Task Force are hosting our annual food drive. Donate at least 6 items when we visit, and we'll donate $15 on your behalf, plus give you $15 off any service that day. Schedule today.
Friday Night Frenzy, tonight at 10.
Potential record-breaking warmth today, not out of the question, maybe a degree or two shy, but we'll have more about that for you in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, day 3 of the government shutdown. We'll have more on today's round of votes to try to get it back open. And Quick Trip facing a penny shortage. Up next, how a policy will affect your next trip. Foodie Friday features Raising Cane's and their pink plush puppies for breast cancer awareness. Learn how you can get your hands on one. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Friday, October 3rd, about 6:30 a.m. We've made it to Friday. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's tracking that record-breaking heat. I've got a blanket on right now. I don't need it. I'm just used to having it.
I know, yeah.
It's hot, yeah.
I feel like I'm hot already. I've got the vapors going on over here, my friend. Holding on to the possibility of record-breaking warmth in the forecast here, not only for today, but for tomorrow. Today is probably like a possibility. Tomorrow will probably be a record-breaking temperature, but you're going to see, again, sunny and breezy. Then windy as we get into Saturday, carrying over to Sunday, where those winds will really begin to pick up. We could see 30-mile-per-hour winds getting up to near 40-mile-per-hour winds plus going into Sunday. Holding on to this, though, we'll also find ourselves, and look at that sky, absolutely gorgeous right now from City Cam. We'll also find ourselves having some wet roadways for La Crosse. We had a little dousing of showers, maybe about 0.03 of an inch. You're looking at 5 miles of visibility for Black River Falls right now, so there is still a little bit of fog working all the way from Black River Falls up to Eau Claire, so please be careful. Not much in the dense fog area, though. Drier conditions coming up from the south, from the Gulf. We'll see that affecting us gradually as we go through the morning into the afternoon. 60s, 70s, and 80s as we get into the noon hour. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well. More about this coming up for you in just a moment.
All right, we'll see you later, Art. Thank you. La Crosse's Finance Committee voting against the mayor's plan to create a new operations director position. The committee voted 4-2 last night not to recommend that position, which would pay up to $180,000 a year. Committee members say the plan isn't well thought out and the city should be cutting positions, not adding them. The full city council votes on the proposal next Thursday. If you pay cash at Quick Trip, you may have noticed your change is a little different lately. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with why pennies are disappearing. Seth.
Yeah, Alexandra, Quick Trip is changing how it handles cash purchases because of a national penny shortage. Now, the federal government stopped making pennies because it costs more than 3 cents to produce each 1-cent coin. Now, Quick Trip is running out of pennies, so they're rounding down cash transactions to the nearest nickel.
So going forward, when someone pays with cash, if it comes to $7.32, we'll round down, $7.30. If it comes to $7.38, we'll round down to $7.35. In essence, the closest nickel.
Quick Trip officials say credit and debit card payments will not be affected. And the policy will stay in place until Congress addresses that penny shortage. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Okay, good to know there. Thank you, Seth. The other big story of the day, day 3 of the federal government shutdown is now underway with no end in sight. Today, the Senate will take up competing GOP and Democrat spending bills to try to reopen the government. Taking a live look at the Capitol building this morning, where it will all go down. The president says he met with the director of the Office of Management and Budget amid sharpening threats of mass layoffs and program cuts. CBS News' Tina Kraus reports.
Today, the U.S. Senate is set to hold another round of votes, now 3 days into a shutdown stalemate. Republicans insist the only way forward is to pass the House's short-term spending bill.
If we can just find a few more Democrats to join us, we can end this shutdown.
But Democrats won't drop their demands that the bill include federal health care subsidies and protections for Medicaid.
We are ready, we are willing, we are able to sit down with anyone, anytime, any place.
The White House is also not budging.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open.
Yesterday, President Trump met with his administration's budget chief, Russ Vought, as he threatens to slash federal jobs and programs.
There could be firings, and that's their fault. We could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut.
In Washington, D.C. and around the country, plans are underway to cope with the shutdown's impact on federal workers.
It will affect, like, say, the next paycheck if we don't get the check. But if they settle it by the 15th, then it'll be okay.
Food banks around the nation, already hit hard with fewer donations, are bracing for even more strain.
We're prepared that there may be an influx of individuals seeking food assistance.
And while thousands of national parks workers are now furloughed, many parks are still open with limited staffing, offering a bright spot for tourists. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
If votes in the Senate fail again today, the shutdown is likely to last through the weekend at least. A mobile home park fire in Shelby is now being investigated as arson. That's according to the La Crosse County Sheriff. The fire happened at the Brookview Mobile Home Park Wednesday. 3 homes were destroyed or damaged. Nobody was hurt. A deadly wreck on the south side of La Crosse yesterday. It happened on Highway 14 near the intersection of 33rd Street. Police say a motorcycle sideswiped a truck with a boat trailer. The motorcyclist died at the hospital. The accident is still under investigation. And the suspect in a Jackson County manhunt is in custody. Police say they arrested Austin Juricic Wednesday night after he evaded authorities for nearly 24 hours. Juricic faces felony charges, including bail jumping. Wisconsin patients who need medical marijuana still have to leave the state to get it, but a new bill could change that. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has more on the bipartisan push.
Jessica Struzik has dealt with a painful skin condition for most of her life, and living in Wisconsin prevented her from legally using the medication of her choice.
If I wanted to use cannabis to medicate myself for pain or stress or anything, I couldn't do that legally, safely. There's always this fear hanging over your head.
In 2014, she moved to Michigan so she could access medical marijuana.
It definitely helps me with so much of the pain, the fear, the anxiety, the stress that I was experiencing.
A new GOP proposal would legalize medical marijuana in the state. Senator Patrick Testin is one of the 3 Republicans behind the legislation.
I think it's in line with legislation that has been enacted both at the state level and the federal level for things like right to try for individuals who are terminally ill to use experimental drugs and treatments to help alleviate some of their pain.
The bill would require patients to have a doctor's diagnosis for a qualifying medical condition. Patients would also need to register with the new Office of Medical Cannabis Regulation.
Those are some of the primary guardrails that we have put in place to ensure that this is tightly crafted, tightly regulated, but still providing that flexibility and opportunity for patients to go out there and choose a cannabis product or program that works best for them.
Similar bills have been proposed before, but haven't made it far. Testin says this legislation addresses some of those previous concerns, like allowing for private industry instead of using state-run dispensaries.
We want to allow for private industry to come into the state while having it still highly regulated to ensure there are consumer protections put in place, that all cannabis products and plants are tested by third-party laboratories.
For Struzik, who still has family living in Wisconsin, legalization would mean being able to spend time with her parents without having to choose between chronic pain or breaking the law.
I'm a really normal person who works really, really hard, and I just want to use a plant as my medicine.
That was Allison Fergut reporting. Although medical marijuana has gained bipartisan support, Testin says they'll face some hurdles to get this bill passed. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and many men tend to go undiagnosed. Just about 1% of all men's breast cancer cases are diagnosed because they aren't recommended screenings like women are. That's about 2,800 men annually. Doctors recommend men check themselves because there are no screening guidelines. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, fairly seasonal temperatures right about now as we get into it at this hour. Still holding on to 50s and some 60s in the forecast there, but these will all change within the hour or so. What's going on out there? We're about 2 degrees plus from 24 hours ago for La Crosse. I should say for Eau Claire. La Crosse is about 5 degrees warmer from 24 hours ago. Get down to Boswell, you're about 7 degrees warmer. In fact, you get into Viroqua as well as Sparta, you're about 8 to 9 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. We'll hold on to that heat still working in from 64 all the way up to 73 and 81 in the upper 80s in the forecast as we get in to finish the day. Potential record-breaking heat possible in the forecast. Maybe if it continues to warm us up a degree or two more so. Eau Claire getting into similar conditions. Partly cloudy skies giving way to sunnier skies in the forecast by the noon hour for your lunchtime. A little comfortable for you for the kids out there. Make sure they hydrate though and drink that water getting into it. Some Gatorade too possibly, or some other stuff that you can get for them. You'll hold on to the possibilities again. Temperatures warming for Eau Claire. We'll get into the highs today. As you can see, 89 for La Crosse, 87 for Eau Claire. The possibility of that record-breaking heat, as you can see, is maybe a degree or two shy, but we could possibly do it, as I mentioned, if we get warmer. We will do it possibly for Saturday as we get into it, a tie for La Crosse and beating a record for Eau Claire. We'll get into the highs for Saturday, as you can see, near 90-degree heat in the forecast. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, how about Harley? He's turning 8 weeks. He likes eating, smiling, kicking his legs, and watching the ceiling fan.
Happy 8 weeks to you, Harley. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, Raising Cane's is doing something special for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll show you the adorable plush puppies that are helping fund cancer research on Foodie Friday.
Right now at Home Furniture, it's the Preferred Customer Event. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. Find savings throughout the showroom like this leather sofa, now just $12.69. Hurry in, the Preferred Customer Event ends Monday at Home Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Shelter Logic offers a great selection of storage solutions. From easy-to-assemble canopies to durable steel frame shelters and garages. They offer protection for vehicles, boats, and yard equipment with easy drive-in access. Right now, get this 10 by 20 foot shelter for only $219.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, we believe in working together to address real-world challenges. That's why we're proud to help farmers cultivate healthy food and landowners preserve and maintain forest land. We're proud to educate the next generation of teachers and drive groundbreaking medical research. Together, we make an impact that rings loud and clear. One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown squash, kraut cabbage, popcorn, and hardy mums. Check out our large selection of pumpkins and pie pumpkins. We also feature many fall decorations, including corn stalks, gourds, specialty pumpkins, and straw bales. Take home some pumpkin cheesecake bars, cookies, pies, or bread from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily, year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. Take an extra 30% off bold tonal pieces, flowy dresses, and more from top designers. Plus, take 15% off beauty and fragrance too. Only at Macy's VIP Sale. It ends Monday.
Oh, wow.
Why no glasses?
They make my head look weird.
VisionWorks has a 100-day guarantee. Change your mind, change your glasses. Simple. Let's get you turned around because the Aurora Borealis is that way. VisionWorks. See the difference.
It's Hy-Vee's 3-day meat sale this Friday through Sunday. Get our special recipe brats, 8 for $10. Fresh ground beef, just $3.98 for a 1-pound roll. Tyson chicken breasts or wings, just $2.79 a pound. Pork shoulder roast, just $1.88 a pound. 8-ounce pork chops, 3 for $5. Plus, get even more great deals. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
It's the National Area Rug Sale at Homeworld Rugs. All rugs are 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. These room-size rugs are now just $169 each. Every area rug is on sale now. The National Area Rug Sale at Homeworld Rugs.
All right, well, good morning to you as we start your day. It's really nice out and about. I'll give you a view of that one of these times, and we'll also hold on to dry conditions coming up from the south. That's going to work up to the north, going to that with that warmer air going into Canada, continuing on with rainfall trying to get out of Canada and trying to work back to us. It'll drop the rainfall or to a drop down to our area about 3/100 of an inch in our forecast for La Crosse, and everybody else is pretty much dry. The rainfall we pick up over this weekend going into, I should say, Sunday going into Monday. It's going to be mostly for La Crosse, getting into Eau Claire as well, but you can see a lot of this rainfall is going to try to drop into our area, but it'll be too dry to do so for now. We'll get into temperatures in the upper 80s today, so potential record-breaking numbers in the forecast. You'll see that as you get into La Crosse at 89 degrees. Other locations, some similar conditions. Sunshine, 89 degrees. Some areas will hold on to a little bit of cloud cover that we have right now. We'll also get into it here. As you can see up to the north, we'll pick up Osseo, about 86 degrees there. You get back down to La Crosse, 89 degrees. We'll hold on to a little bit of that cloud cover today, so we'll call it mostly sunny skies. Holding on to Eau Claire, you're at 87 degrees. Sunnier conditions as well. Picking up into the forecast, you'll see that sunshine kind of lingers. It goes from partly cloudy skies this morning through the mid-morning hours. It dissipates, goes to mostly sunny skies. And that continues into the afternoon with some extra sunshine for the 2 o'clock hour. Then we get back into the cloud cover, getting back into your late day and into the evening hours. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well. Partly cloudy skies. That lasts into the late morning hours. Sunshine, of course, you can see coming back again for the noon hour, and that lingers for the better part of the day with temperatures bumping up. You see the highs for today, about 87 for Eau Claire, 89 for La Crosse, and that could possibly bring in possible record-breaking temperatures. And I say that because it's only a couple of degrees apart there. You can see the records back in 1997 for La Crosse, 91 degrees, 89 back in the day from 1997 as well. Holding on to the possibility of record-breaking temperatures. We'll definitely see that, maybe a tie for Saturday for La Crosse and a record-breaking number for Eau Claire. So let's get into it. We'll hold on to Saturday's highs. Everybody's getting the heat. Middle 80s, possibly down to near 90-degree heat. We'll continue on as we roll right back into how this all plays out for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine there, not much in the way of humidity. It really begins to break down, and eventually we'll hold on to similar conditions as you go into Eau Claire as well. Drier conditions with temperatures in those upper 80s, and it gets not only breezy, it gets windy on Saturday. That carries over into Sunday as well. Look at that wind, 32-mile-per-hour wind gusts, plus in some cases 33. In some cases it tapers down back down to the middle to upper 20s, and then eventually it picks up again going into Sunday. Your highs for Sunday, by the way, you're going to see it drop down to the low to middle 80s in the forecast. So it's still warm, still uncomfortable. Overnight, we'll have the rainfall coming in Sunday night going into your Monday, where you're also going to be seeing temperatures back down to the cool, taking it back down to the upper 60s to the low 70s in the forecast. Yay, not much in the rainfall bucket just yet, but I'll get a better chance of that showing you. And eventually, we'll go into how this all shapes up for the next few days, my friends. You're going to hold on to the potential, as I mentioned before. Sunday, potential rainfall into Monday with a 30% chance. And of course, that 30% chance is for La Crosse. There's about a 60% chance as you go down to Prairie du Chien. We'll get drier conditions going into Tuesday, and then Wednesday we have more sunshine coming in with warmer temperatures back into the mild for Thursday and Friday.
It's Foodie Friday, and the day we've all been waiting for is finally here. Raising Cane's is here. They're not just serving up chicken fingers. They have an adorable way you can help fight breast cancer this October. We're joined by Matt Moon this morning from Raising Cane's to tell us a little bit more. Good morning. Lovely to see you.
Good morning. Nice to see you guys.
Yes, you brought a great display. Can't wait to get into it. But first, we want to welcome you to the community. Recently opened up in La Crosse. Tell us how things have been going these first few months.
Man, the vibrant communities of Onalaska and La Crosse have been tremendous. They've welcomed us with warm, open arms, and restaurant's been very busy. We got over 100 crew members, 10 managers. It has been just an absolute blast.
Okay, you've been off to a great start.
Yes.
We know people have been really excited to have you in the community, so they're coming out to show support for sure.
Yeah, I haven't lived in Louisiana for a while, in New Orleans actually.
Yes.
And it's like, okay. So what are the great menu items that people love that you probably
So this is our box combo. This is kind of what put us on the map. Start off with the most important thing, our One Love, which is our craveable chicken finger meals. They're hand battered, cooked to order, served hot and fresh, delicious all day long. We have our crinkle cut fries, our buttery toast, our cane sauce, which is just kind of,
that is a favorite.
yes,
for sure.
it's the jam, right? But more importantly, it's been notified as one of the most craveable sauces in the quick serve industry, and so it is outstanding. And then our coleslaw, cool, crisp, and creamy.
I think a lot of people said that they would drink the sauce. We heard you guys were coming. They said, hope they're bringing the sauce.
Yeah.
They're ready to drink it. And so the star of the show is this pink, adorable plushie. Tell us what we should know about this dog.
Well, this kind of goes into like our ties with being involved with the communities, right? Cancer research is very important, I think, to all of us. And this is our namesake, to just kind of give a little bit of a identity, I guess, to it. This is Raising Cane. So our founder, Todd, when he was opening up the restaurant, Raising Cane was his lab. He was there at construction and ultimately just became part of the process. And so yeah, this is just kind of a spin on that. Cute, adorable plush.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Pink for breast cancer research. So tell us how that ties into this.
So like I said, we like to be very involved with our communities, and so we are going to support Stand Up to Cancer. So $3 at least of each of these plush puppies that we sell in the restaurants is going to go back to that organization so that they can ultimately fund groundbreaking research to help cure and prevent future cancers for everybody.
Okay, very important there.
Was there any particular reason why Raising Cane's chose breast cancer?
I think it impacts all of us, right? I think we have special ties to our communities. I think we all have a mom, you know what I mean? And so I think it's a special tie.
Okay, and that pink is always so recognizable, especially when you've got a big plushie like that. So tell us, how do we get our hands on a pink Raising Cane?
So starting Wednesday, October 1st, you will be able to get these in restaurant, $9.99 plus tax, and then you can also order them online.
Okay, all right, great to know there. Okay, and so anything else? First of all, how long will they be available? Through the month of October?
Through the month of October, yes.
Okay, great. Anything else you want the community to know?
No, like I said, we're just excited to be here. We're excited to partner with Stand Up for Cancer. It's going to be a great organization to partner with, and we're excited.
Okay, and of course you got your location by the Valley View Mall, and then let's pop open this and have some sauce as we head out. And then what are your hours for people wondering?
We are open at the La Crosse location from 10 a.m. until 1 a.m. That is Sunday through Thursday, and then we're open 10 a.m. until 2 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay, and stop by and get your plushie through the month of October.
Yeah,
all right.
Get two.
Get two. I got some sauce on this fry. We'll send it to break. Thanks for being here, Matt.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We're back after this.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about with every sit, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
What should I do next?
Western has the answer.
Do something that excites you.
Do something fun. Do something that shows your skills.
Do something that gets you hired to do what you love.
You can do it all at Western Technical College. Choose from more than 90 programs. Invest in you, bend less, and get hired fast. Take that next step. Apply at Western today.
Do something for you.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
Freedom is the ability to choose the path that makes you happy. When you need a truck to get you from the job site to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram or a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Stop in now to get a brand new Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler. Whether it's for work or play, we've got the vehicle for you. We have a wide selection of every model. Nothing beats getting in the driver's seat. So stop in today. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Yeah, boy. They run you all over,
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Print. Tonight at 10, right here on News 8.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Some future service dogs got a special ride with Snoopy from Peanuts. The iconic Goodyear blimp transported 10-week-old puppies for the first time in its 100-year history. This flight is an exciting new trip for canine companion pups who usually travel by plane to their volunteer puppy raisers throughout the country.
Quick Trip is changing how it handles cash purchases because of a national penny shortage. The federal government stopped making pennies because it costs more than 3 cents to produce each 1-cent coin. Now, Quick Trip is running out of pennies, so they're rounding down cash transactions to the nearest nickel. Quick Trip officials say credit and debit card payments will not be affected, and the policy will stay in place until Congress addresses that penny shortage. In the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
The Process Finance Committee voting against the mayor's plan to create a new operations director. The committee voted 4-2 last night not to recommend that role, which would pay up to $180,000 a year. Committee members say the plan isn't well thought out and the city should be cutting positions, not adding them. The full council votes on the proposal next Thursday. A mobile home park fire in Shelby is now being investigated as arson. That's according to the La Crosse County Sheriff. Fire happened at the Brookview Mobile Home Park Wednesday. 3 homes were destroyed or damaged. Nobody was hurt. And a deadly wreck on the south side of La Crosse yesterday happened at Highway 14 near the intersection with 33rd Street. Police say a motorcycle sideswiped a truck with a boat trailer. The motorcyclist died at the hospital. The accident is still under investigation.
All right, taking a look at your local weather here. We'll have at least partly cloudy skies giving way to sunshine today. We'll see temperatures increase as we roll right through the morning hours. You see the partly cloudy skies for the 7 a.m. hour, getting to sunshine by the mid-morning hours, and that continues into your afternoon for La Crosse, with temperatures getting up to the middle 80s and beyond to the upper 80s to near 90-degree heat. Eau Claire will follow suit, 60s, 70s, and 80s leading into your afternoon with plenty of sunshine afterwards. You'll also be picking up the possibility of near record-breaking heat today getting into your forecast, and as we roll right into how this all plays out, we'll see this evening 80s in the evening hours, still holding out to 70, so very warm. You may have to roll that air conditioning if you have it possible, with conditions to warm up for Saturday, with windy conditions coming in for Saturday and Sunday. Rainfall Sunday night into Monday. It's about a 30% chance. Eventually we'll have cooler conditions for next week.
Okay, thank you, Art. Thanks for joining us. Ahead at noon, we'll have the latest on Sean Diddy Combs' sentencing and analysis. See you back here then.